In the land of Egypt, there lived a great and powerful priest by the name of Zud. Zud was widely respected and revered by the people of Egypt, for he had devoted his entire life to the study and worship of the many gods that the people believed in. As a priest, Zud was responsible for performing various rituals and ceremonies in honor of the gods. He spent much of his time in the temples, tending to the sacred altars and offering up prayers and sacrifices to the gods. One fateful night, as Zud was going about his duties in the temple, he suddenly saw something that left him utterly stunned. High above him, he saw the form of the great god Horus, soaring through the night sky. Zud had heard stories of the god Horus before, of course. He knew that Horus was one of the most powerful and important gods in all of Egypt, the protector and defender of the pharaohs and the people. But never in his wildest dreams had Zud ever expected to see Horus himself, in all his majesty and glory. The sight was so overwhelming that Zud fell to his knees, overcome with emotion and awe. For a long time, Zud remained there on the floor of the temple, gazing up at the god Horus in wonder. He felt a deep sense of gratitude and humility, knowing that he was blessed to have been given such a rare and wondrous glimpse of the divine. From that moment on, Zud redoubled his efforts in his work as a priest. He felt more inspired and dedicated than ever before, knowing that he had been granted a special favor from the gods themselves. And as the years went by, Zud continued to serve the people of Egypt with all his heart and soul, always mindful of the great and wondrous things that lay beyond the mortal world. Despite his great faith and dedication as a priest, Zud had always been haunted by the fear of death. He knew that all mortal beings, no matter how great or powerful, must one day meet their end. As he grew older, this fear only grew stronger within him. Zud began to spend long hours in deep meditation, searching for some way to overcome death and achieve eternal life. It was during one of these meditative states that Zud had a vision. In this vision, he saw a future where humans had mastered the power of time travel, allowing them to journey through the ages and explore the mysteries of the universe. Inspired by this vision, Zud began to experiment with various alchemical processes, seeking to unlock the secrets of time and space. He became obsessed with the element of mercury, which he believed held the key to unlocking the power of time travel. Day and night, Zud worked tirelessly in his laboratory, distilling and refining mercury until he had amassed vast quantities of the substance. His experiments were dangerous and risky, but he was driven by a deep and abiding passion to understand the mysteries of the universe. As his fame grew, the king of Egypt began to take notice of Zud's work. Impressed by his dedication and commitment, the king decided to honor him in a most unusual way. He ordered the construction of a grand pyramid, the likes of which had never been seen before. The pyramid would be built not for the king, but for Zud himself, to serve as a monument to his great achievements. Zud was both humbled and overwhelmed by this honor. He knew that he had not yet achieved his ultimate goal of overcoming death, but he saw the pyramid as a testament to his unwavering dedication and pursuit of knowledge. And so, with the help of the king and his many followers, Zud oversaw the construction of the pyramid that would bear his name. It was a towering structure of gleaming white stone, filled with hidden chambers and secret passages that were said to hold the key to Zud's greatest secrets. In the end, Zud never did achieve his goal of conquering death. But his legacy lived on through the pyramid that bore his name, and the countless followers who continued to be inspired by his unwavering devotion to the mysteries of the universe. As the great god Horus watched over his domain, he could sense the growing restlessness of the priest Zud. Zud's obsession with the future had become all-consuming, and he had begun to dabble in forbidden magic in his quest for knowledge. Horus knew that he could not allow such recklessness to continue unchecked. And so, he decided to send a powerful emissary to teach Zud the error of his ways. This emissary was a small, sleek black tiger, imbued with the divine power of Horus himself. The tiger slipped into the temple where Zud was meditating, and began to speak to him in a voice that only Zud could hear. "Zud, you have become too obsessed with the future," the tiger said. "You seek knowledge that is not meant for mortals to know. You must turn back from this path, or you will be consumed by your own hubris. But Zood was not willing to listen. He was too deeply entrenched in his own desires and ambitions, and he believed that he was on the cusp of unlocking the greatest secrets of the universe. And so, he turned his back on the tiger and continued with his experiments. But as he worked, he could feel a growing sense of unease and danger creeping up on him. He knew that he was playing with forces beyond his understanding, and that the consequences could be dire. Suddenly, Zood realized that he needed to escape. He could feel the power of Horus Tiger growing stronger by the moment, and he knew that he could not withstand it for long. He scrambled out of the temple and began to run, his heart pounding in his chest. The tiger was close behind him, its powerful paws thudding on the ground. But just as Zood was about to be caught, he stumbled upon a hidden passageway that led deep into the earth. Without a second thought, he plunged into the passageway, hoping that it would offer him sanctuary from the divine fury that was chasing him. And for a time it did. Zood traveled deep into the bowels of the earth, guided by a faint glimmer of light that seemed to beckon him on. He felt as if he were traveling through time and space itself, his mind expanding and contracting in ways that he could not even begin to understand. Eventually, the passageway led him to a hidden chamber, where he collapsed onto the ground in exhaustion. He knew that he had narrowly escaped the wrath of Horus and his emissary, and he resolved to turn away from his obsession with the future and focus on the present moment. For in that moment, Zood realized that the greatest secret of all was the present moment itself. And with that realization, he felt a newfound sense of peace and contentment wash over him. Sobenferu, the female pharaoh of ancient Egypt, was known for her intelligence, wisdom, and compassion. She had long been fascinated by the secrets of time and space, and had even experimented with alchemy and magic herself. When she learned of Zood's quest to unlock the mysteries of the future, she knew that she had to help him. She recognized in him a kindred spirit, someone who shared her own desire for knowledge and understanding. And so, she approached Zood and offered to help him escape to the world of the future. She knew that such a journey would be fraught with danger, but she was willing to take that risk in order to help Zood achieve his goal. Together, they worked tirelessly to prepare for the journey ahead. They studied ancient texts and consulted with wise sages, seeking to unlock the secrets of time travel and prepare themselves for the challenges that lay ahead. Finally, the day of the journey arrived. Zood and Sobenferu donned their most powerful amulets and invoked the magic of the gods, hoping to protect themselves from the dangers of the future world. With a great burst of energy, they were suddenly transported forward in time, hurtling through the centuries at an incredible speed. They felt their bodies being stretched and compressed, and their minds reeling from the sheer intensity of the experience. But when they finally arrived in the future world, they were amazed by what they saw. The world had changed in ways that they could never have imagined. There were great machines that could fly through the air, buildings that touched the sky, and people from all corners of the globe, speaking languages that they had never heard before. Zood and Sobenferu explored this new world with wonder and excitement, learning as much as they could about the technology and society that had developed since their time. They marveled at the ingenuity and creativity of the human race, and felt a deep sense of gratitude for the opportunity to witness such an incredible evolution. And yet, as they explored this new world, they also began to feel a sense of longing for their own time and place. They realized that the greatest secrets of all were not to be found in the future, but within themselves. And so, they returned to their own time, grateful for the experience, but also humbled by the realization that the greatest mysteries of the universe could be found within their own hearts and minds. With the help of Sobenferu and Horus, Zood was able to escape the clutches of Anubis and his deadly minions. He realized that worshipping death was not the answer to unlocking the secrets of the universe, and that he needed to seek a more balanced and holistic approach to his quest for knowledge. Horus blessed Zood with his divine protection, and together they continued to explore the mysteries of the universe, seeking to unlock the secrets of time, space, and consciousness. Zood learned that true wisdom could only be found by embracing all aspects of life, both light and dark, and by recognizing that everything was connected in a vast and intricate web of energy and consciousness. And so, Zood continued his journey, guided by the wisdom of Horus and the compassion of Sobenferu. He knew that the path ahead would be long and challenging, but he was determined to continue seeking knowledge and understanding until the very end of his days.